Thank you very much. On behalf of my wife, Caroline, and our sons, I would like to welcome you once again to my President and to my First Lady, to the residents of Namibia. This is your residence. I would also like to welcome the Deputy Prime Minister and the Minister of International Relations and Cooperation, the Minister of Mines and Energy, and the members of the presidential delegation. Mr. President, this is the Namibian community which lives in and around the Washington, D.C. area. Among them, we have students, we have those who are working, but we also have what I would call perennial students. It's a joke, by the way. But they have all come to greet you, Mr. President, to welcome you, and to also congratulate you as the third President of the Republic of Namibia. Since this is your first visit to the US as the President of the Republic of Namibia. We welcome you warmly, and we would like also to hear from you, Mr. President. The community is eager to listen to the message that you have brought from home. And perhaps without wasting more time, I would like to invite you, Mr. President, to come and address your nationals who live in the US. Let's welcome the President.
Thank you, Ambassador. Madam Jabba, the staff, the embassy. I would like to invite my delegation members to come and join me here, including my family. I have a wife and 2 kids here, so let them come here. I have also, she can sit still, but I have also Mrs. Talbot, who was that person I met when I was representing you as a freedom fighter here, and not in New York, in 1965. And she became my host mother. And we have been together since then. I have been taking her when I went back to Africa to come and join me because her house was opened to all Namibians, including President Nyoma used to go there. So I'd like you to recognize her and acknowledge her. She is now 88, but still walking. I would like to start, maybe not one by one, but you have Deputy Prime Minister and the Minister of International Relations and Cooperation. We changed the title deliberately. The world is now not talking about affairs. We are talking about international cooperation. That's already an emphasis somewhere that we don't have political diplomacy anymore, but economic diplomacy. Then I have the young Minister of Mines and Energy. By the way, when I was choosing the cabinet, I had to ask for CVs of all the parliamentarians were elected, because our ministers must come from the parliament. So I asked for CV so that I could try to match the skills of the job that is available. So I met some young people, got some young people. Even to match the wife, I met the wife who is educated, and I also asked for her CV. Then we have here the advisors, the pilots, the diplomats, and all of them. But I would also like to say, since we are here, Namibian House in the United States, how we were received since we came to this country. Excellent Secret Service professionals, the mayor of San Antonio, who invited us to go there, and also when we came here, those officers who are here, we recognized them and thanked them for their excellent reception and security they provide. I also recognize some of the people who suffered with me. That driver there. Come here, come here. All of them were here for a long time. Come. They have been part of the family. What is the other one? Okay. I would like to greet all of you, Namibians, who are here, maybe studying, working, but to just tell you a few things about Namibia. Some of you maybe forgot about Namibia. You read wrong things about Namibia. Let's first say that Namibia is one of the youngest democracies. Your country is truly a democratic country. We are already having a third president in 25 years. Founding father brought peace, unity, reconciliation. President Pohamba, properly elected, we say stabilized the situation. Now that we are entering second phase of the struggle, yours truly was called upon to bring prosperity, very difficult task, tall order. Because while we have governance architecture in place, we have regular elections, free and fair, we have macroeconomic situation, fundamentals which are great, our banking system, our banks, our management of economy is great, GDP growth rate of 5% for the last 25 years, the average that is. Debt stock that is controlled, about 25% of GDP. Deficit which is also controlled under 5 and also under 3 sometimes. But now that we want to provide and answer some social deficits left by apartheid, we may have to create artificial policy space of our budget deficit so that we can use that to develop infrastructure. Because people enjoy democracy. It's a condition that you need to plan and to build your country. Good constitution, but we don't eat those things. They are good, but people want to have now decent shelter. They want to have food, clothes, clinics, schools, and so on. That's why we are saying we are now in the second phase of our struggle, that of economic emancipation. And that process will require everybody's effort, including those who are in diaspora, those who came to stay, those who are planning to go back to participate, those who will be invited to come back, because maybe I don't know what kept them here outside. But let me add that unlike old Africa, in New Africa, we realize that the world is becoming a global village and that people can live anywhere, provided they know what they are doing. As I was saying yesterday, we don't talk about brain drain anymore. We're talking about brain gain. But are you gaining? That's the only question I can ask. If you are gaining, welcome. You can be used while you are here in this big country. You have everything. You can get skills which you can plow back later on to your country. But some of you have been here too long, maybe you forgot your country. So, in nation building, I always start the building of a house. The concepts that I, after being elected, tried to espouse. Because unity is very important, but we nearly went back to Bantustans again after we fought against Bantustans. Now I'm saying, yes, we are building a house. Now when you build a house, what do you do first? I have to be a teacher, I must ask questions. What do you do first? Before foundation. Huh? Okay. Yeah, what is it now? Talk like people who are living in America. Use scholarly language. What is it? Yes? Okay, let's start now. What do you do when you are going to build a house? Plan, yes. Thereafter? Without cleaning the place? Bush? Okay, you clean the bush. And then what do you do? Okay, you did it. Why do you say hole? Do something better, like you will dig the foundation. It sounds much better. And thereafter? Huh? How you start building? How? You dig the foundation, yes. Thereafter? You start building how? Huh? With what? Oh, manpower has to be there, that's obvious. What? How do the walls become walls? Huh? There's more than... Okay, let me help you. I'm trying to make a point. In Africa, we are still using bricks. Maybe here you are using something else. So you lay the foundation, you will then use different bricks that you build that house with. The bricks must be kept together by mortar. And you build that and you have reached the roof stage, then you will plaster. First you let that house firm up, that wall firm up, then you plaster it. Listen to this key point. When you have plastered that wall, you can no longer see individual bricks. Note that. Then the roof, everything done, you must choose the color. You paint that house with your colors that you've chosen. The same is true of nation building. When trying to build Namibia, we had to first clear the land, the bush. And that, what we did was to have UN supervised elections. That is how we cleared the bush. Thereafter, we have to now lay the foundation, a strong foundation. That is the drafting of our constitution. We're using our different ethnic and racial groups as our bricks. And laws we pass in the parliament it's a glue that was holding those bricks together. Thereafter, the house, the wall was up, let it firm up, we plaster it. Note again, when you plaster that wall, you no longer see or identify individual bricks, meaning that you are not supposed to see any longer individual races or tribes or ethnic groups. Then you paint it, the colors that sister is wearing, Namibian colors. Then you say there are 4 children of Namibia who live in that house as children, holding hands, as I'm using Arabic word harambe, to pull in the same direction. Yes, when you are building a house, you run out of money sometimes. Yes, you may ask sugar from a neighbor. That's how we do it. So you may go to the bank and ask for money and so on. But that house is supposed to be a Namibian house, whether they are in Washington or so on, where Namibian children must live together, holding hands, that none of them feel left out. Omake? That's a Namibian house we are building. And we now are saying, second phase, hold hands, have peace. Peace is very important, unity very important, but now we have to provide needs of the people. Land is a problem, housing, food, unemployment is the biggest problem. This is now what I have on my shoulders. So I got a very massive endorsement. I'm worried, I say that 87%, by the way, American friends shouldn't think it's one-party state. It was truly democratic elections. I was just too popular. But don't applaud, but that, I say it's expectation. People are expecting delivery. That's why I said, cabinet I set up is set up to deliver. When I go back, we are going to sign performance agreements with ministers. We also declare, therefore, a war against poverty. People cannot live in a rich country and be poor. Africa is rich, Africans are poor. Something is wrong. So with your help, we want to answer that question. That Namibians must not remain poor in a rich country. Yes. Yes. And therefore we need everybody's support, whether they are in diaspora, as you call it, those who are at home to hold hands, to contribute to build that house. We also answered the question women are always crying for. And I like to show off with that wherever I go. We in the ruling party, governing party, decided to restructure the party so that the delegates going to the convention must be composed on a 50-50 basis. 50-50. And that happened. That happened so much so that in our National Assembly today, before there were 24% of women representatives in the National Assembly. Today, there are 47%. 47%. Only 3 less than becoming 50-50. That is an achievement that is only beaten by Rwanda in Africa, which is about 62%. Otherwise, we beat the United States, we beat many European countries, that we have 47% of women in National Assembly. We also took steps to appoint women in very important positions. The first Prime Minister, young Prime Minister, is female. The Deputy Prime Minister is sitting here, but also given a very powerful portfolio, that of international relations and cooperation. Home Affairs, former local government now, urban and rural development. Name them, key positions. So Namibia is on a move with intent to turn around the situation, but only with your help, whether you are here or anywhere else. So be proud of your country. It's a working democracy, but people do not eat democracy. So we must hold hands to now provide goods and services to our people. I don't know whether you're going to ask questions or not, but let me end here. Thank you. Now, let me just now ask my team, starting with the Deputy Prime Minister, to come and just say who you are. I believe in teamwork. Everything I do is teamwork. I cannot talk alone here.
I'm Netumbo Nandi Ndaitwa, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of International Relations and Cooperation. So our foreign policy is guided by the Constitution, which is mainly talking about peace and security for social development to take place. And that's why you find us participating in UN peacekeeping missions, as well as in the AU and SADC peacemaking missions. I thank you.
Good evening, Comrade President, and thank you for the honor. My name is Obeth Buipa Hakanjode, and I'm the Minister of Mines and Energy since March 21, hoping to last the full term. I'm saying hoping. I know my boss is listening. By background, I am a qualified geologist. I've done 17 years in oil and gas. If amongst you are mining engineers, geologists, energy specialists, you heard the President loud and clear. We need those skills to Harambe with him. So I call upon those of you, students that are amongst you as well, to one day think of the land of the brave that needs you. As coined by the presidents of these countries, it's now time for you to do something for your country and not the reverse as it is all the time. Thank you.
Then you see in the past, we didn't support our presidents. You have qualified, let me change it to say, some advisors. You have ministers, they are ministers of their portfolios, but in presidency you need people who must advise. So I will ask them to introduce themselves briefly. Only I can deliver speeches, you don't deliver speeches.
Thank you, Comrade President. Good evening, everybody. My name is John Statler. I am the Economic Advisor to the President. I've been the Statistician General before, and I've also worked in this beautiful city of Washington, D.C. at the International Monetary Fund for about 4 years. Thank you.
So, wait a minute. So therefore, when I give you statistics on Namibia, don't question.
My name is Albertus Auchamo. I am the Press Secretary at State House and the Presidential Spokesperson. I speak when the President asks me to do so. Prior to this assignment, I spent the past 5 years as the Director General of the Namibian Broadcasting Corporation, the people who are doing the recording now and reporting. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Good evening. My name is Inge Dhamwani Kamwi. I am the advisor on constitutional affairs as well as private sector interface. Prior to joining the presidency, I was the Chief Executive Officer of Namdeb Diamond Corporation. Thank you.
Thank you, Comrade President. Good evening, everyone. My name is Deidre Matias, and I am advisor to His Excellency the President on Youth Matters and Enterprise Development. Before my appointment, I was the Chief Executive Officer of Team Namibia, which is the nation brand, and my special focus is business creation to create more employment opportunities for the youth. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency. My name is Dr. Rudy van Vieren. And for the last 8 years, I've been the doctor of the president, and currently I'm also his exercise partner.
Wait a minute. How am I? Am I cooperative or am I lazy? Be careful how you say it. Huh?
Excellency, we are rumbling in the same direction.
Thank you, Excellency. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tara Shanika. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Namibia Chamber of Commerce and Industry. We are a business representative organization with over 4,000 members. If you are in business here, we'd like to welcome you back home and join us in building the economy. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you, Excellency. My name is Dr. Charlie Thete. I used to live here in Washington, D.C. I'm currently the Managing Director from Goaiseb Medipark, which is a private hospital, and joining the business delegation of His Excellency. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, why did I get the business people? We are rich in mineral resources, but the country is poor. People are poor. Now, we have to provide conducive business environment so that we can invite private investors to come and invest. Now, some of you will say, our resources are being exploited. I asked the people during the town hall meetings, how many of you have seen uranium? Among you, did you see uranium? How about diamonds? You see, but you say, our resources. Those are useless things unless somebody somewhere will add value to it. I would like to use it. That's why we are asking those who like those things to come, take those stones. There will be some ladies who may be very clever or not that clever who would like to use the stone to look beautiful. Let them have it. But I get money from there. Or uranium. What do you do with uranium? Chinese want to use it, let them come and use it. We get money so I can build clinics, schools, roads, and so on. Okay? Thank you. Oh, you know, we take things for granted. Can you imagine? I was in Namibia, I was in Cuba, I was in San Antonio. That name is a problem. I only know it was Spurs, the basketball team, that's all. But I was flying. I mean, it took me about how many hours to come to the United States? I didn't walk. Olden days, it could have taken me how many hours, how many days? But with our pilots. Some of them I trained. You know. I met Paul in India those days when he was a young fellow. So, let's say something. You are always left out.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
Our policy is no one must feel left out.
Exactly. Thank you, Excellency. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Paul Amtengela. I'm the chief pilot for the president. I've been in this position since 1993. And I trained in India under the auspices of the party while I was still in exile. And like the person says, I was sent by the party then, mid-80s. And at the moment, almost about to retire, but and here are my colleagues.
Very good evening again, Your Excellency. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Alois Nyandoro, and I'm in charge of training at the Presidential Fleet, and I've been flying for the past 32 years, and 16 of those with the President.
Thank you, Mr. President, for offering me this opportunity. My name is David Sonyunda. I'm the flight engineer, flew all the way from Windhoek. Thank you so much. That's all I can say for now.
Thank you, Mr. President, for your inspiring address. I think the President has indicated that he'll be prepared to receive maybe some questions or comments from the audience. Is there anybody who would like to say something or to ask a question? You are free to come up here.